How did you arrive at the resolution of those guys at 65, 74, 84?
Very little dialogue, and things just seem to work themselves out. I don't think anybody's trying to avoid anybody. In Lofthouse's case, he's been in between weights for, in his head since March. He got big. When I say big, he's not 220 pounds, but he's in between weights there where he could go either way and be effective. And the decision wasn't a hard one to go to 74. Mike Evans, he's 65 pounder last year, and we just got to get him to complete the 3-day tournament at the end of the year. And we all know his capabilities there. I'm not going to say it's a no-brainer, but sometimes some of these things have a way of working themselves out. Sometimes there's a little dialogue, which there was, and it's more so with maybe Evans than any of the other guys, but I don't think anything's in stone by any means either. Maybe that's what you're getting at. Where am I at with that? We're not stone there at those weight classes. We have 3 good guys, plus we have some depth there as well. And I mentioned some names. 84, we got Jeremy Failer, and then we got 2 freshmen, Meyer and Brooks. So, we have a lot of options there, and we'll see. It's about win and performance, as you know. And we'll see how those 3 do the job at those 3 specific weights, and then we'll figure it out from there.
Will anyone go to Midlands at all unattached? I know it's not on the schedule.
We haven't, called Midlands and asked. I'm not sure that we're headed that way, but, I see a guy like Matt McDonough. He's a pretty good Midlands player. And, I'm good friends with Drew Periano. And I know this stuff is viral, so he'll probably know that I'm asking for good raises if we go down that path. But we want to be in Midlands. Let's make that real clear. And all this BS and people speaking for me, that really irritates me sometimes. And that's one of the cases where I got pretty irritated that people are saying that we're protecting our schedule. And, that's a bunch of hogwash. We've been to Midlands every year, and like the Midlands tournament, it defines your career. It's one of the prestigious open tournaments to win, going way back 50 years. And so, we want to be a part of that in the future. We quit messing with this doggone national duels thing, and then the Big Ten quits moving dates back into early January for Big Ten duels. Maybe we can have it make more sense for the schedule. So, I heard one thing that, and I won't get specific, but we were dodging the competition at Midlands this year. And I'll tell you right now that we've never dodged competition, and you're looking at a guy that you just keep saying that stuff. Because we like that, and we talk like that. So there's maybe my bulletin board material for the rest of the world. So have at it.
You mentioned the NWCA and all that. How did that coaches summit go a couple weeks ago?
It was very interesting perspective from my standpoint of how parliamentary procedure works and continues to work and work and work and work and work when you don't get what you want, when you're on the side that has the power. I'll just say that. And it was very interesting. And I know that this agenda is being pushed. It's being pushed hard. The good thing is that they know that the people who are opposed are serious about it and fairly intelligent. And I'm not speaking for myself when I say fairly intelligent. I'm speaking for guys like Periano and Pat Santoro at Lehigh and Cale Sanderson and a host of smaller schools as well. And when I say smaller schools, that's not being belittling them at all, but we're serious. And there are numbers that back that up. It's not just a couple of high-powered programs that are KISS this thing. There is some very serious dialogue from our end that makes sense, and you got to engage us. It's like politics. You got to reach across the aisle, and I'm not sure that's being done. It was good discussion, and then from there they're going to push their agenda anyway, regardless of how it went down. They can spin it how they want. Good for them.
Is 41 more natural for Mark Bowen?
Yeah, absolutely. He's a 141 pounder, no doubt, and we Montel Murray, was a good competitor for us, and that made things tough on Mark Baldwin, but sometimes that makes you better. And is there growth there. I see some good things happening there, but again, we're not in competition, and let's wait and see. He has an opportunity now, so grab it and don't look back, because you know, I don't have a favorite there, but when you're talking specifically about Jeb, I'll talk about Jeb. When you're talking specifically about Mark Ballweg, I'll say that nothing would make me happier for him and his family to have some good, meaningful success, to have put a you know, exclamation mark on his career. Tony Ramos is he's more of a lights is on type of guy, and what he needs to do is maybe approach the practice room and try to get his practice room wrestling up to the level of competition, even though that'll never really happen. But let's approach it. He's done that, and he does that. But he's always going to be ready to go, and I think he's on track. You know, you're talking about things that, you know, we can sit down and watch film together and be a long discussion, because there's some things that he's done, there's things that he's continuing to do, and then there's some things that he needs to really focus on and maybe emphasize that, you know, we're trying to get him to emphasize maybe a little bit. But he's a competitor and he's a team player. He's all in, and we like that leadership. No question about it with him. You know where he stands. His wardrobe is black and gold all the way through.
About St. John, finished strong last year after being hurt. Does he keep that level?
Oh yeah, he's a tough guy. He's one of the toughest guys I've seen. Just from a rebound from, I call it catastrophe. You know, how he finishes matches and finishes the season and finishes hard situations. And there's a reason why he's relevant and his name is familiar to people.
Standard of excellence for this program is so high. How do two third place?
It's not high. It's not high. This is how the world is. This is how you get ahead in the world. This is how you're successful, is when you think like this. The standard is not high. We are not bitter about taking third place. We aren't angry and dysfunctional. But we want to coach with the message that these guys that we have in our room can do the job, number one. And now when I talk to them, believe it, and then work for it, and go after it. And there's nothing wrong with it. There's nothing dysfunctional with that. The problem is sometimes people get lazy, and they take a year or two off because it might not look good on paper. And those things aren't relevant. Those things aren't relevant to us. They never have been. They weren't relevant to Gable, and they're not relevant to me. And you know, put me in a straitjacket for saying that. But I'll be kicking and screaming out of here, saying that I'm right, because I know I'm right there in that mentality. And who are you going to tell that we shouldn't act that way? I mean, whose parents? I mean, you want to tell Sandy McDonough? Anybody know her? She's a tough customer. You want to tell her that we're not going to contend this year against Penn State because they got 40 points on us? You know, she'd slap me upside the head with something hard, something wooden and hard. And we better have high level mentality. So I'm sorry to jump all over your question.
What's Ryan Morningstar brought as a coach to the program?
Just Ryan Morningstar. Ryan Morningstar is who he is, and we love it. We have a situation there where you have a Hawkeye again, and familiarity there. He has respect for what you just asked about, the standard of the program, and he has a respect for the method to get it done. And the other thing is there's no dialogue on, hey, do you understand that this is how we get things done or how we do things? There's really no situation there where there's a misunderstanding. His priorities are in order, and you know, I think he holds guys accountable, but in a different way than maybe I do. And that's always healthy too, because not everybody should be like the head coach, and that's why you have good staff around you. We love him.
So along those lines too,
Luke Lofthouse, fills in as well, and we looked at a couple different options there, and then settling on him At the time, you know, you didn't know he was unproven. He's kind of a quiet guy, but you put him in that leadership role, Luke Lofthouse has thrived. He's a different guy to me. He'll tell me what he thinks. I'm not sure that before he did so much, more kind of a quiet guy. He was in our club, you know, and being a wrestler, he has a respect level, but being a staff now I think the way he looks at it, speaking for him a little bit here, I think he puts it that we're on level playing field where now his input is worthy maybe. And that's real good for program. It's real good for the leadership of the program, that the leadership has partner in leadership, and that's what he's brought more than anything is partnership.
How was his friends, I guess, back in the room, kind of helping Ethan?
You know, if your uncle's in the room with you, there's gonna be, you know, but it's healthy. But family is good and not maybe always ideal, but they get along just fine.
Your seniors, along with St. John,